Spirituality does not necessarily immunize anybody against bodily weakness. Yes, it can improve our health, it can heal us, but it does not automatically become immunization that once you are spiritual, you will never have any bodily weakness again. You know, sometimes as a man of God, you will become prayerless, not because Satan is doing anything in your life. You are just exhausted. We have pastors who are going to hospitals in secret. They don't want people to know that they have health crisis. There are even pastors who use medication, but they are too ashamed to let their members see them taking it. How do we get to that point? The Bible does not shame human weakness. I have to say this enough. Pastor, tell them you cannot preach, you are tired. You are exhausted. There's nothing wrong if you sit down on your chair on a Sunday and another pastor is ministry and they say, but it's not the one on the routine. Pastor was going to say, today I'm tired. Let me tell you a story. Long time ago, I was interpreting on a youth Sunday, and because I was gifted with speech and interpretation, and I was also zealous, so I was the only interpreter. That youth service started around 9 a.m. and I was on the pulpit from that point. The person singing the hymn will come, I will interpret for the person. The person will leave me on the stage. The person leading the prayer will come, I will interpret. The person will lead me on the stage. Another minister will come to do the announcement, I will interpret, will lead me on the stage. And I was doing that till we get to about 11 when the sermon is going to happen. And suddenly Genesis chapter 1 verses 1 and 2 and 3 became fulfilled in my life. Darkness covered the face of the deep. It was void and empty, and I began to hover on the pulpit. Everywhere false blow. One love funny, kini, abo yoju. It's not an arrow. I was exhausted. You know what I did? Where I first knew there was problem, I cannot forget the title of the sermon. Wheat among the tares. There's tares among the wheat. That was where I knew. I was saying the opposite of what the preacher was saying. Next thing I did, as he was preaching zealously, I just covered my Bible and I was going down from the stage. Guess what? Some of the women in the church were mocking me. Interpreter, money. They couldn't read the room. Thank God for some of the women. And my mom, I want to help her on the stage that I saw. I just went to my seat, I sat down, put my face on my lap, and I was just like that, struggling for my life. And one of the women came, just held me very close to her side and was dragging me outside the church. The elder took the other side of the church. Of course, my mom joined them. They started removing my tie. They went for water. They ordered for milk and all of that. And they revived my soul. If I don't pay, you will call this zeal. It is exhaustion, foolishness. I should have stopped interpreting at some point. We pride ourselves in our dysfunction. Our inability to say no, I need to rest, has become what we call hard work and zeal in ministry. And that is why ministers are dying. You cannot use the power of God to cancel the wisdom of God. It is God that puts it there that you should sleep. Stop confessing, I will not sleep in Jesus' name. Go and sleep. God does not shame our weakness. The church must not. The pastors must not. And fellow believer must not.